Hello, welcome to KatesAg. Right now I'm in north central Montana at Western Livestock for the 40th annual Charolais DeBroocker Bull Sale. And I'm so excited to be here. People come from around the world just for these exceptional quality bulls. So let's get into it. All right, today I'm here at the DeBroocker Bull Sale with
Joe Campbell.
And could you tell me a little bit about your part in this operation?
I married Lloyd's daughter Kathy in 1984, and I bought my first cows about that same year. We started with 23 cows.
That's incredible. And do you have a memory of the first bull you ever bought or sold?
The first bull I ever bought was Fernando Mark Z29, and that's been quite a while ago.
No, I bet. That's pretty cool. Could you talk a little bit about all of the preparation it takes to put this on?
Yeah, for instance, we already got pretty well calved out, so the bulls for next year are already on the ground.
Oh, goodness.
So, and these will run through the chute about 7 or 8 times in a year, getting weighed and tattooed, dehorned. So
this is a really full year
round.
operation.
Yep.
In order to get these around 600 bulls for the sale today?
Yep, roughly 600 you start, and we probably have another 250 bulls at the feedlot that didn't make the cut to be in the sale.
And that's something really known about Debrooker Charolais is the exceptional quality and the consistency. There's not a bull you'll find here that wouldn't be a great addition to your herd.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we're pretty proud of that. They get more uniform every year.
Absolutely, and it adds so much value for the ranchers, and especially in today's day and age for farming, you really have to get the most out of your herd.
Exactly, and these are made for putting pounds on cattle.
Could you talk a little bit about what you're looking for in a good bull?
They got to be pretty correct and pretty long, smooth, and carry a lot of meat. They got to be thick. I like a thick bull.
Definitely, and in the sale room when they talk about birth weight,
Yep.
You want them a little bit lighter so they're easier to calve?
Yeah, you know, on the heifers you'll have 70-pound birth weights, but on a cow it doesn't bother me to have 95, 98-pound
Okay,
birth weights.
wow.
Yep.
That's pretty good then. People come from all over the world for your bulls here, and all over the United States as well. Could you talk about some of the bigger states here today?
Yeah, Nevada will buy quite a few bulls. They'll buy probably a couple, 3 semi-loads.
Oh,
and
wow.
we'll send a lot to Florida in the off year when the lease bulls will come back. We lease bulls to people for a year, and they bring them back, and then we'll get them back in shape and resell them.
That's fantastic. It's just incredible to think about all these bulls coming from north central Montana, and it's an honor to be here, truly. Seeing some of the best bulls in the world.
And it's really grown. The quality's just gotten better every year.
And I think something that's really important to understand about this operation is it's family to the core.
Yeah.
And more than that, you built a whole community around your bulls, and people gather from all over the country just for this day.
Yeah, and my kids, they all have cows, and my nieces and nephews, they're all involved in it now, so it's pretty fun.
It really is something that brings us all together.
Exactly.
And it's one of my favorite days of the year.
No, we're glad to have you too.
I really hope to see all of you here next year as well.
There you go.
Now we're standing next to some of the bulls ready to go into auction. Could you explain a little bit about these particular ones right here?
These, I believe, are some Titan sons here, and then it'll go back to a Shark, and there's probably 60 out of that whole sire, out of sons and dads. And they're a thicker bull. They got a lot more performance, strong backs. You can see how flat they are on their backs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and they just got really good eye appeal with a small head. Just a good quality bull.
And how many different types of bulls do you have, or from different sires?
There's quite a few different sires, but I bet there's 30 different bulls.
Oh, wow.
Dads in here, yeah. But they'll go back. It's a lot of sons and dads because it's a good line, so we'll keep going back to that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Do you have favorites of?
You know, I
the
really
group?
don't, but I like the thick bulls. Like the Shark sons are good, sugar daddies. That's just my preference.
Yeah, of course.
But-
I was just seeing the sugar daddies
Yeah.
in there.
But everybody has their own preference and what they're going to look at and what they want. So.
No, of course, and a different operation may require a
Exactly.
different type of bull.
Yep, exactly.
A lot of these bulls are going to ranches that have a ton of land they have to cover, so they have to be really sturdy and hardy for that.
Exactly. They got to be able to travel, stay together, be able to keep their shape so they're able to breed cattle.
So you take 3 bulls in at a time?
Yeah, we'll take 2 or 3 at a time, sometimes 4, and we sell them right in that order.
I'm headed for the Silver State. Now 12,000. 12. 12,000. Sold out. $11,500 on him.
And
right
they all
down the
would
sale.
be within that same
Yep.
sire group?
Yep. And then when the new sire group comes in, Brett or Mark will announce it on the block. It's a new sire group, and the names of them go from there.
And how much longer do we have of this particular group?
They're probably coming to an end now. I want to say that each group, though, will have different. You'll have the polled, which means there's no horn, and then they'll have horns and they'll have skurs. You know, it's just, like you said, it's all preference to whoever's buying them.
Of course. Why would a person prefer a bull with horns versus no horns?
It's another preference. I like the horn bull. I think there's a little more performance in them.
Okay.
That's just my own opinion.
No, good to know. And that's why you've got 600 to choose
Yeah,
from.
exactly. You got to have one here you like. One bull should breed 25 cows.
Okay.
And as they get older, maybe 30, depending on, again, the environment, how big of pastures you're in. Yep.
And how long would you say you'd keep one of these bulls?
You know, they could last 4 or 5 years pretty easily.
Oh,
Yep.
goodness.
Yep.
But yeah, you see the same people at this bull sale every
Oh, yeah.
single year
Yeah,
refreshing their bulls.
yep. They got to turn them just like we do. Every so often, you need some new bulls.
No, of course.
95, 95, then I'm gonna take it out 5. And 10 grand, down 10, down 13, and then I'm gonna 13,000, and then I'm gonna 13. And 1, and then I'm gonna 13, 5, and then I'm gonna 14, and then I'm gonna 14, 13, 5, and then I'm gonna $500, and then I'm gonna 14, and then I'm gonna 14. Sold out 13,500. 833. I like your style. 13,500. Headed for Texas. 286.
Now I'm here with.
Kathy Campbell. I'm part of the Debrooker Charolais gang, I guess, and I'm the cook.
Yes, absolutely. So it's a whole family affair here.
It is,
and
yeah.
all of this is so delicious. I had to come and see what it took to kind of put all of it together.
Well, yeah, and it's a week process for me because I also cook at the school, but so I start preparing everything probably a few days ahead of time, and then last night I come in and set it all up and peel all the potatoes and I get here early this morning and get everything boiling and cooking, and then all the family comes and helps serve it and stuff.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
And that's the best part is it's all
It's
of your
all
family that helps out.
Yep, and kids running everywhere.
That makes it more fun.
It just
then.
seems like not that long ago I was the one up front and my kids were running around. Now I'm the grandmother and now my grandkids are running around. So yeah.
Aw, so what do you have here for?
Well, we do.
for the sale?
I make all the rolls. They're homemade rolls, and we have roast beef. We mashed potatoes. We do 50 pounds of potatoes. We do
Oh,
corn,
goodness.
a macaroni salad, pistachio, and then all the sister-in-laws or relatives bring different desserts. Then afterwards, we'll do like a little smorgasbord of meatballs and eggs and cheese and crackers.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so nice. How many
yeah.
years have you been doing this for?
40.
Oh my goodness. Now you went to school with my dad, right?
I did, yes.
That's
yeah, we
so
go
much
way
fun.
back. Yep.
Our families go back generations, so that's pretty
Yes,
fun.
yeah.
That's why it's such an honor to be here.
And it is nice when it's all family.
Definitely.
You know, yeah, and we are a close family. Yeah.
And I was just talking with Joe about how kind of you have such a community around this bull sale and the Debrooker Charolais, and that's the best part.
It is, yeah. And like I said, all the grandkids come home for this. It's always it's just like Christmas again.
I love that. What's your favorite? My dad's over here behind the camera. He says it's better than Christmas.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the sale?
It's actually just seeing everybody.
Oh yeah,
That's the
definitely.
best part, yeah.
That's so nice. I was seeing you guys out back taking pictures
Yep.
for the memories.
And watching the kids running around and stuff. And this is the first year without my mom here. It's been a couple of years that my dad passed away. So it is different, you know.
Yeah,
but
and I'm
it's-
sorry because they were such lovely
Yes,
people.
yeah, and they're the reason we're all here together still. So yeah.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah.
and such a strong bond there.
Yeah.
This has been really lovely speaking with
Yeah,
you.
well, thank you so much.
And
It's
thank
nice
you for
seeing
inviting me here.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys came.
Yes,
Nice seeing
very
you too, Mark.
Okay.
All right, so today I'm here with.
Cutter Martin.
Could you tell me a little bit about your job today at the sale?
My job is usually I'm in the back and I bring the bulls up, you know, kind of sort them. They're all penned by their sire groups and stuff that's close to that, and then we kind of break them down 2 to 3 bulls at a time to bring in the ring, and then yeah, got in there and watched a few bulls sell, and yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
nice day today, a little different than it has been some years here, so that's always good.
And you're part of the family, so you're part
Ye-
of this whole operation
Yep.
leading up to the sale.
Yeah, my brother Kessler and I, we got some of our own registered cows, and we got some bulls in the sale today, so yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
Nice day, and it's a lot of family involved to get everything put together. So it's nice when it's done, and cold beer.
Definitely the best part of the day, right?
Steak and beer.
Could you tell me when you sold your first bull, or if you remember?
I had a couple cows growing up, and I remember one when I was maybe like, I don't know, Dad always seemed to have one cow for each of the kids, and so we had some bulls come through the sale some years and some years not. And then my brother and I had some commercial cows, but then we bought Mom and Dad's Charolais cows in, I think, 2010, 2011. So we've kind of had bulls with the family since then. And
That's awesome. So what generation are you?
I would be, well, what would it be, 4th generation cattleman. And on my dad's side, it'd also be 4th generation.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm also 4th
Farm.
generation for
Yeah.
the farm. So got to keep going. Is there anything you're looking forward for the next generation as well?
Yeah, hopefully everything keeps going smoothly, and good to see some of our kids and cousins and nieces and nephews also be doing this in the future. So let's hope that things like this are still around and they take interest and keep things going.
For sure. And they're all here today. They're absolutely
yeah.
adorable.
Yeah, they've been busy.
You got a whole herd of them too.
Yeah, I got 1 girl and 2 boys, and yeah, 7, 5, and 1, and yeah, they're busy and
Keep you
that's
busy
fun.
for sure.
And they seem to enjoy this, and especially on a better day like today.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So my brother and I, we got a few different herd bulls of our own in the sale today, and then we also did some embryo work with Vision, Tank, and then Zen, who's been gone for quite a few years, but we crossed him back to one of our own cows that we really liked, and yeah, they did well, and I wasn't there to watch them sell, but it sounded like they sold pretty good as well. And
Well, congratulations on that and all the hard work it's taken.
yeah, appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll let you get back inside, see those bulls.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm here with,
I'm John Andrus.
and what is your part in this bull sale today?
I'm a ringman for the Debroocker family during their bull sale, and that's one of the things that I do. I've been with the Debroocker family for a long time. Sometimes I have some orders to buy some bulls, and didn't come through this year, but it'll happen again. Everybody always needs good white bulls.
Yeah, exactly. That must be a pretty exciting job.
It is. It's a little nerve-wracking too. You want to make sure that you're getting everybody what they want, and when they unload off the truck, they're super happy with the value that you sent with those cattle and got them bought right for them.
Yeah, for sure. How many buyers would you usually handle at a time?
2 or 3, but we're a lot of times, I think one year we ended up, I think we bought 300 bulls out of the sale. So.
Oh my goodness, and there's about 600 this year, so that's a substantial amount. How many years have you been here for with Debrookers?
I think we're going on at least 15 years now.
Goodness.
Yeah.
So quite a while then.
Quite a while, yes.
How would you say the bull sales changed and evolved over the years?
Well, when we first started coming up here, I was working with Superior Livestock Auction and manager Northwest Division of the purebred side of things. And then Jason Barber, who's a good friend of mine, was the head of the purebred department at Superior at that time. And so we came and met with the family and saw how they operated. They used to bring the bulls in groups, and you had the option to buy, 1 or all 5 of those bulls at that time. They'd never broadcast on the internet before. Thankfully, through technology, and we've got 2 really good auctioneers that are part of the sales staff now. And we have the technology where we don't have to call back to the office and tell them what bulls are coming in, because it wasn't necessarily catalog order. It's all catalog order now, and we sell them one at a time, and I think it's easier on the buyers when they're making their decisions, and it speeds the sale up too a little bit.
So you wouldn't have to be here in person in order to buy some of these great bulls?
Absolutely. You can go through Superior Livestock or Live Ag.
To talk to a lot of buyers, could you explain to me why they keep coming back year after year for these Debrooker Charolais?
Well, it's a super family to deal with. Brett's great to get along with, and there's consistency in these cattle. People know what they're going to get. They can buy them in volume. They're very easy to deal with. If there needs to be some special terms or something, the Debrooker family has no problem with that. And there's people sitting in there today who've been there for 30 years buying bulls, and it's not like they just bought 1 or 2. I think the first year they bought a load of bulls and worked some terms out with Lloyd at that time in order to buy those bulls. So they're super easy to deal with, have bulls in volume, quality bulls, and yeah.
And you're buying from a family operation.
And you're buying from a family operation, which means a lot.
Where are some of your buyers located?
I've got One customer from Arizona, and then a couple more down in Texas. But these would all be, like South Texas, Southern Arizona, and they run a lot of cattle.
Amazing. And could you tell me about the process of getting these bulls shipped after they're sold here?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a process, I guess you would say. But it's kind of getting the trucks lined up and making sure that it's kind of a decent delivery path and that they're not on the truck too long.
Yeah, for sure. And now, what's your favorite part of this bull sale?
I just like working the ring.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, it's my favorite day of the year. It's so fun to be here.
Absolutely.
Here and passionate about the same thing. Just getting some good bulls and here for community.
Absolutely. No, it's a good group of guys, and like I said, not only family, but Brett's also hired some very talented people in the auction business to help conduct the sale and do a great job. So it's good being part of that team.
Definitely, and it goes seamless every year.
Yes, it does.
All right, well, thank you so much for this interview.
Absolutely.
So right now I'm here with?
Jeff Young.
And where are you from?
I'm from northern Utah, and I'm the general manager for Ensign Ranches of Utah.
That's very cool. And what brings you to Debrooker Sale today?
We've been coming here for over 20 years buying bulls here, so we've had very good luck and really like what we get out of these bulls.
That's incredible. And could you tell me what brings you back year after year?
Just the consistency of the calf crop and how we can depend and rely on what we're going to get out of calves that are sired by these bulls.
How many do you look to purchase today?
About 30.
Oh, wow. So a substantial amount.
Yeah.
And what are you looking for in your particular bulls?
I just want growth and capacity to grow as big a calf as I can. We use them as terminal crosses on our black females, and so they're everything that is born that's got a Charolais hue to it is a terminal animal. So we're just looking for growth and performance.
Absolutely, that makes sense. And so were you here yesterday, checking out the bulls, kind of scouting out what you'd like to purchase?
Yeah, yesterday and this morning both.
What sire groups have caught your interest today?
Oh, I like a lot of them. The tank sire group, but I didn't get any of those bought. So
next year.
Yeah, they were a little higher than I was gonna spend. But
how long have you been in ranching for?
Oh, over 30 years.
And could you talk a little bit more about your operation back home?
We run our cows out year round. They run on a desert winter permit out on the west deserts in Utah, and then we summer on private ground, mostly between 6,000 and 8,500 feet of elevation up near Evanston, Wyoming. Like I said, the cattle run. Our cows run out year round. They never receive hay. Our first calf heifers might get a little hay and some calving assistance, but the rest of the cows run out and they calve unassisted out on the range. Yeah, and we've not had any calving difficulties. We're not with them when they calve, and we found that they calve well.
It's so great you've come all the way
out
here for this sale, and thank you for talking to me a bit about it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Really appreciate it. So now I'm here with my favorite rancher for a third Debrooker Bull Sale video in a row. I'm so happy you are able to be in the video once again. And could you introduce yourselves for the camera?
I'm Lloyd Sherburne, and we ranch down out of Winnemucca, Nevada, a little town called Orvada, and it's about 55 miles out in the boonies.
I'm Hank Kirshner, and Lloyd and I are partners. I ranch closer to McDermott, Nevada, and our ranches are kind of close together for that part of the world. We're kind of close. But
now, what brings you to Debrooker's Bull Sale yet again?
To buy bulls, like usual. Yeah, Debrookers have treated us terrific over the years, and we've been able to. The bulls have just performed outstanding for us, and so we are very, very happy and very grateful for this family and this bull sale.
That's great to hear. And what are you looking for particularly?
Just good bulls that will run out on the desert and not break down, and will do us a good job. And our buyers love the Charolais cross calves, and so that's what we're here for.
That's great. And now you're from Nevada, so you really need a bull that can kind of stand up to the terrain you've got out there.
Yeah, we travel a lot of miles to and from our summer and winter country. Hank, not quite so much, but my deal is a lot different. And so we'll travel from one end of my winter country to my summer country is probably close to 70 miles apart.
Oh gosh.
We don't make it all in one trip. We break it up. But from one end to the other, it's probably close to 70 miles. And so we need a bull that will be physically and put together with straight legs. We can't have crooked bulls or anything like that. So you probably cannot go any place in the United States with the amount of bulls they have here and the quality that they have and put it together. We run, between the two of us, about 34 to 3,600 head of mother cows. That means we need somewhere around 70 to 80 bulls on each ranch. So to get the volume we need every year, we're taking out 40 bulls out of this sale.
And that's a substantial lot.
That is a substantial lot.
And you've come a long way for this sale too.
Yeah, it's about 800 miles to get here, but we walk through all these bulls, look at their legs, look at their dispositions. We don't want a hot bull either that's gonna eat somebody. And then we want them to have really good gain ratios. We sell a weaner calf, so we're looking for a lot of good EPDs and indexes on those weaning weights.
For sure, that makes sense. And how many bulls did you take at today's sale?
I got 19.
I got 16.
Oh, that's incredible. Congratulations. They'll be happy for their new home.
Well, I don't know about that.
It's nicer there than it is here right now, but
Yeah.
it gets way hotter.
Okay, good point, good point.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
this is super
Yeah, we've
big.
been here when you wouldn't be doing this outside, that's for sure.
So yesterday you were in the pens looking over all the bulls, kind of marking down on your booklet kind of what you're interested in purchasing, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, that's what we did yesterday. It's exactly what we did. We just go through and we take the bulls out of the pens and walk them just to make sure that they look like their legs are straight and what we want. We check the numbers, EPDs and the other numbers that Debrooker supply for us, and we try to buy the best bull possible. We have a budget that we have to pay that we kind of stay with, and so we can't buy the best bulls here, but we buy really good bulls for us.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
How many years have you been coming to this sale?
We was thinking it was like 22 at least.
Yeah,
Goodness.
at least 22 years.
Yeah.
How has the bull sale evolved in your eyes?
I think
Over
the
the
bulls
past
have
year.
gotten quite a little bit better. Yeah,
The
there was-
EPDs on the bulls have got better. Indexes kind of stay the same because on the indexes, 100 is even. So anything that's got numbers above 100 is better than average bull in their herd. That's how they qualify it. So if you got a bull that's 120 on his weaning EPD, then he's really high. And if you got a bull that's say 85, that means he's in the herd that he's a lower quality bull. But Bruckers have such a good herd that an 85 index on a bull might be better than somebody else's bull that's got great EPDs someplace else.
Could you talk a little bit about your family operation, because that's so important, and I think it's amazing that you've been able to keep that as a core component of your ranching.
Yeah, we right now I've just got all family that works at my ranch. We hire a little outside help every now and then, but my son and my son-in-law and my daughter all work on the ranch, and that makes it really nice. And Lloyd, him and his daughter work on their ranch, and with a little bit extra help. But it's fun and it's hard, you know. Family is, if I get mad one day, you just can't go pack your stuff and get out of here. You know, you have to kind of figure out how to live with the family, but everybody wants to be there. That's the main thing. If they want to be there and you know want to see the ranch succeed, then it makes it pretty easy.
Absolutely, and you put in the work year after year and generation after generation.
Yeah.
And our goal is to be able to pass it on down for
Absolutely.
generation to generation. That is our goal. We've never gone into the business of we're going to buy this ranch, we're going to sell it for a fortune and walk off. This is for a family unit to go on. Hopefully for, like you guys are at
Yes.
a 4th generation, we'd love to see our outfit at 4 generations or 5 generations or whatever it is.
And then some.
Yeah.
And your daughter's here with you today, which I think is so cool. Have you been teaching her the ropes?
Yeah, she's worked for me for 4 years now. She actually come down last year and bought all my bulls.
Okay.
So.
Where were you last year?
Oh,
Not
I
at
went
the
to
bull
Texas
sale.
and showed a horse.
Okay, well that's pretty cool too.
So.
That's so fun. Do you have any outlooks for the future of the ranch?
Yeah, we're always trying to improve, and it's good to have the young guys. They see things and they make suggestions, and some of them are really good and some of them are different, and
Yeah.
but that's what you have to do. You have to keep evolving, I mean, when Lloyd first come to work there and stuff, they ran a totally different kind of cow and a totally different kind of bull, and we're just trying to get a product to the sale. I mean, that was their main goal at the time, and since we've been able to do a little better and the ranch has done better, we've been able to buy better cows and buy better bulls, and we got the same buyers that DeBrookers buy all of our big calves every year because they like the cross too, do real well for them, and the buyers want to buy our calves, and it makes it really nice, so.
It's kind of a full circle community then.
Yeah.
I've been on the ranch there for 47 years now.
Oh, wow.
And so my father-in-law started it, and we were broke. So we brought, with the help of my father-in-law, we brought it from running 5 or 6 irons to down to 1 iron ranch now, basically. And the same way with the UC. We used to run a lot of irons on it because we lease cattle or we run cattle for other people. Through the years, we built up our herds that we own all our own cattle now. We don't have to have partners on them, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You get to make the decisions. What made you want to do a Charolais cross with your herd as opposed to something else?
Years and years ago, maybe 40 years ago, we used to do whatever was popular. If the Angus was popular, we had all Angus bulls for 4 years and we'd sell them. Then we'd do the Solaires when they were hot, and we did 4 years of Solaires. And then we did Brayfords for a while, and then for 4 years. And then we did Gelbies for about, probably 10 years. We liked what we were getting done, but Jim Davis through Superior and Tim DeLong, Tim decided he wanted to put Charolais in and build his herd into a Charolais deal. They're just out of Winnemucca. So they went around everywhere looking at Charolais bulls, and luckily they fell on DeBrooker's deal here and they said, this is where we need to come buy bulls. Probably the offspring out of these Charolais bulls will gain us on a black cow, will probably give us probably somewhere between 50 and 70 extra pounds from the hybrid vigor we get. And that's what we do. We sell pounds. We're selling weaners, and that's our paycheck, is when we wean them calves, put them on a truck and ship them out. That's our payday. If you can do that with hybrid vigor, a lot of times you will increase your weights and not have to do it through a purebred program where you might have to give another $4,000 or $5,000 for that bull. But with the hybrid vigor, you can pick those pounds up.
It's really fascinating. Ranching's a little bit new to me coming from the farming side of things, but I've been really enjoying learning from you. Both when we did our 2021 video, 2022, I learned something new every time. And I think that's really great. What's your favorite part about coming out to Montana?
Oh, it's just fun. We have a good time. We come out and we eat real well, and just the people we get to see every year that we just got to know and become friends, and people come from even our community down there to buy bulls here also, and so it's just really great to be out and communicate and visit with all the people, and we enjoy buying bulls. We enjoy looking at cattle. That's what makes our deal. I mean, that's, if you don't like what you're looking at, then it's not very fun, but we really enjoy going through and looking at the bulls and picking the ones we'd like. And a lot of people you talk to that they have their jobs and there's nothing enjoyable about their jobs, and I always feel sorry for those kind of people that just have to work from paycheck to paycheck. And our job is a much more bigger gamble because droughts, fires, with farming too, that bad things can happen really, really fast, but it's what we love to do. So that's what makes it fun to come here.
One year, we didn't get our bulls bought in this sale. And Brett came up to my father-in-law and goes, "Did you get your bulls bought?" He looks at Brett and he goes, "You know I didn't get my bulls bought. He bought 2 bulls in the sale." And because the price had jumped from what our budget was, about $1,500 to $2,000 a bull in the market. And so Brett says, "Well, I've got another set of bulls," because we needed about 85 to 90 bulls that year. He says, "What did you give for those 2 bulls in the sale?" And John told him, and he says, "I will send you a set of bulls that will be equal to these, except they'll be 2 months younger." And he says, "I want what you paid for the 2 bulls in the sale." And I mean, that was amazing to us that somebody would do that. That's why we keep coming here. They're such a fantastic family from start to finish.
Definitely an understatement. We've had different situations where the Debroockers have just helped us totally and completely. I remember coming here one year with John, and we were trying to get our money to run our ranch, and we hadn't got it. And John got here, and him and Lloyd Debrooker were good friends, and he just walked up to Lloyd and goes, "I got my bulls, but I have no money." Lloyd goes, "No problem." He said, "Well, we're going to send you your bulls, right? Just like we always do." He said, they'll just about beat us home tomorrow." And John goes, "As soon as I get that, I'll send you the money." And Lloyd never blinked, never paused, just, "No problem, we're good," you know, and that was a lot of money to take that chance on, you know. And so it's just amazing how they've helped us, and really try to come here, and we try to buy the best possible bulls we can afford every year, and we don't mind paying the money. They do it for us too. That's how they do our calves. They try to get our calves at a really good price to keep us running, and we keep them running. And
I think that's something super important to note about agricultural families, is that it's built on trust and just those relationships that keep you going year after year, and then some.
yeah.
Note of Debrookers, they've been such a huge community builder in north central Montana. This is my home, and we're so thankful to have them as a family and as a community here. It's something, we've been family friends for generations, and hopefully so many more to come as well. All right, thank you so much for watching. Bye.